Sir King. Welcome to Tofu Alley.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
No beef, just tofu.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
Sir King.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king. I love me some Avatar Nation.
Damn! Oh, hell no.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
No beef, just tofu.
All right, what's going on, everybody? That's an oldie but goodie. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you, Detached, for being here. Thank you also, Nessa A, for being here. I appreciate y'all being here. What's up, your pleasure 721? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Y'all could be anywhere, but y'all chose to be here. Please feel free to thumbs up the live. So let me say, I'm gonna say something. I think they came in early, so I want to make sure they're here. Detached, if you're here, please comment in the chat. Detached, if you're here. All right, so, oh God, today has been. Oh, I want to say, I don't know. Today's been a strange day. What's up, Felicity? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here as well. Detached, if you're here, let me know. If not, that's fine. I don't know. Today's been like a strange day. So they got the situation out there in Minnesota, which is tragic with the shooting that took place, right? So, and then then as I didn't really read into it. I read briefly into it. So then it deals with the whole transgender situation. And I'm trying to see, okay, is they putting these people, like, are they putting things like, because you got to understand, like, it was that whole situation with that other thing that happened that was, like, really weird. So the guy that tried to, hit the president's ear, that was weird. He was a weird guy. And I'm not saying that this person is weird, but now they transgender. So I feel like they try to, like, you know what I mean? Like, they brainwash people maybe into committing these crimes. I don't know. But from afar, it just looks very, very weird. So the other thing I wanted to say about that whole situation is y'all gotta be careful where y'all go. Y'all gotta be, and I don't know. I know it's at a Catholic school, church. Y'all gotta be careful of y'all surroundings. Y'all gotta be careful of people who don't look right. Y'all gotta be careful of people what they carrying in their hand, all that shit. Because it's just that might be the thing that saves your life. You know what I mean? That might be the thing that saves your life. So, Detached, I do want to take a minute to say thank you for your gesture that you sent me, because I really do appreciate that. Because for one, you didn't have to do it, and one, it was something that was out of the blue, was spontaneous. It wasn't something me coming online. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture dollar sign, Sir King Crown. So I appreciate that because I have been coming hard and coming heavy every day. I've been trying to bring the entertainment and the news to the people. My goal is to come live every day. I can't promise that because I do have a real life. So what you sent me earlier was really appreciated because it was just like, okay, thank you. I appreciate at least somebody appreciating what I'm doing, and they all, you offer the word of encouragement because I appreciate that. Because sometimes I'd be like, I appreciate my people that follow me. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I discussed the situation the other day about the business aspect of the situation, and I told you I would do something, and I do it because I'm putting myself in the position of those people that are going to be impacted about if I did do that. You know what I'm saying? So I felt the way to handle that situation, the way I was going to, was not appropriate to do so. So I'm still trying to figure out a way to do that while taking into account the feelings of the people who that's going to be directed to. But nonetheless, so I appreciate that detach I do because it did brighten my day. To just out of spontaneous, not out of me saying something. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you be like, "Shit, is this shit even worth it?" And I know, like I said, for my people that support me, no, I greatly appreciate y'all. But the over grand scope of things, because as of right now, this is not a money maker. It's actually it's a I'm gonna say a financial hindrance, but it's a financial imposition because there are costs, and the way the platform owner rewards us for our time, like, like get out of here, like really. So yeah, so thank you, so detached. I appreciate that. What's up, Doctor Soapy? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, Sincere Sadia? Y'all go subscribe to Sincere. Say, I hope I say your name right. I always wonder if I say your name wrong. Saida. I hope I said it right, Saida. And what's up? So yeah, I'm here because I'm early because I had a long ass day, and I just want to come on live, say what I gotta say, and then I gotta get ready for tomorrow because life keeps coming. What's up, Heavy Bear? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, Ron P? Thank you for dropping her page. I appreciate that. All right, so going back to the commentary about the situation in Minnesota. I don't know I don't know the details, but they're labeling this thing pretty much that person was, I don't know what, trans or whatever. So they're focusing on that and all that. Saida. Okay. Saida. Okay, thank you. Saida. Thank you. Saida. I appreciate the clarification. Saida. Um So all I was saying is y'all make sure wherever y'all go, please be cognizant of those who are around, be cognizant of what they got in their hand, be cognizant if they fidgety back and forth, all that, because you just never know. This was supposed to be a protected place, which is a church, and you know, it wound out that some kids got killed and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I gotta say there. I'm not gonna get into the breakdown of that situation. I was briefly listening to Lady Nika during the day, and she started talking about that whole Funky Dineva, Funky Dineva and Tamar Braxton situation. That is, oh Lord, that is deep. I guess apparently something happened with Tamar where she said she got hit in the mouth, and somehow Funky Dineva was unless it had been there. So there was insinuations based on the way that based on the way Tamar had posted her post that maybe Funky Dineva had something to do with it, and Funky Dineva was like, Tamar, you need to pretty much stop playing these games and let the people know because right now there's a narrative being formed around me that's not right, that's not true, and that's also hurting my brand. And I guess Tamar is dragging her feet. From what I heard Lady Nika say, I didn't go and investigate and go to TMZ or wherever that stuff can be found at. But it made me think that like there are no friends. Like this is a lonely ass world. And the higher you go, or even the lower you go, but the higher you go, the less authentic people are. Like you could be sitting there with $40 million, and the other person is mad because they got 38 million, and they'll pretend to be your friend and all that other stuff to mess up your bag, or maybe you're getting praise and acclaim and stuff like that. So, you just can't trust people, and that's a sad situation if what they're doing is true and for the reason for which they're doing it. So I don't know. It's just like the only really friend you got in your life is yourself. So today, like y'all know, about a year ago, I was like hardly coming online because I was working on something and it required a lot of travel and it required a lot of focus because I was, you know, just all I'm gonna say is like when I showed up, I had to be on point. I had to take a couple exams, so stuff, pretty much YouTube was not a primary situation. Now, this don't really have nothing to do with Tamar and Funky Dineva. But in a way, it does. It's just that life will knock you off of your life will produce things that you don't expect. So the reason why I mentioned that thing about a year ago was because today I had to go to a meeting. And I was hoping that my efforts from a year ago would have been reflected in the situation that transpired or took place today. And they, I mean, in a way they were. But how can I say this, y'all? We as black people, I don't know, we gotta be more professional in certain capacities. Cause I opened my paper, right? I opened my paper after this meeting, and what they gave me, I didn't want to open it after I got out of the meeting. So I waited till I got home. And I got home and I opened this, excuse my French, I don't want to curse, but I have to on this shit. I opened this shit up in my motherfucking car. And I sat in my car and I looked at these papers and all this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the hell is this shit they talking about? Right? The shit was from a year ago. A year motherfucking ago. Shit, literally, I'm looking dead at it right now, and it says 2024 on my paper. So they don't like they're not taking in that paper. They're not taking into account how much I grinded, how much I grinded it did, how much I grinded it did, and everything to get to where I wanted to go. And you referencing some bullshit that happened even before all that happened. We in motherfucking 2025, 26. And I'm like, what? I just said this shit, and I was looking at like, what are y'all even talking about? Like, what? So that just made me like, it's just to say honest that life will when in the moment that you think you should be not celebrated, but your efforts will be reflected, you get thrown a curveball like that. And I got on my text phone, I said, and I text the person who in charge, and I said, what the fuck? I didn't say it like this, but I said, what is this? I said, y'all sending me stuff that's from 2024, and we in 2025. And then I got so paranoid to the point I said, okay, maybe, me giving people the benefit of the doubt. Well, this ain't got nothing to do with corporate America, Soapy. This giving me the benefit of the doubt. I said maybe they messed up on a year in 2025. But then one of the dates is a damn Monday. I was like, because the event didn't take place on a Monday. So I had to make sure that what I was talking about actually was, because people would say, oh, we accidentally messed up on the wrong year. And I want to say, no, it ain't the wrong year. You had the right year. And on that date, that was a Sunday. So yeah. So I'm just sharing that with y'all. Like, just keep on keeping on, because in the time in which you think you're gonna be celebrated, it's not. And the only one that you can really depend on to give you your praise, and is God in the universe. And if they come back with some bullshit, I'm just gonna be like, how in the hell that people 3, 4 hours, 5 hours away from me can celebrate me more than y'all? Something is amiss. So I'm just sharing y'all insight into my life. So y'all understand, just keep on keeping on. And like those with Avatar Nation know what I'm talking about, because I was rarely going live, you know what I mean, at that time. So let me see what y'all saying. At least they aren't talking like personal black bodyguards for a racist. Oh, at least they aren't talking like personal black bodyguards for a racist. Yeah, I'm glad that died down. I'm glad we moved on from that. Michelle's daughter, how you doing? Tell Michelle I said hello. Um, Soul Sister, hello. Thank you for coming back. What's up, QI? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Dr. Soapy, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. One of the people in the back. Dang, SK, you popping off with the tongue? Yeah, I'm popping off with the tongue. There. Since you got all the worried about what my tongue is doing. Let me see. Okay. Let me make sure I got everybody. Yeah, corporate. Of course, I understand Dr. Sobe corporate America, but this is something extracurricular. Um, yeah, celebrate yourself, but in this mode, there's a misrepresentation of a situation that I have to make sure that the facts are not skewed, because it can be taken as if they're actual factual. Because yeah, I can't say too much because people just nosy as hell on here. All I'm gonna say, Doctor Sobe, it's a misrepresentation of current day. Current day. That's what I would say. What's up with Tanya Jones? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Mommy Popo, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. Long time no see. When you gonna arrest Pizarro for ignorance? Okay. All right. So let's get into what else I wanted to say. Nvidia. That is why I never mess with Nvidia on earnings day. It's always some bullshit. Okay. Listen, Nvidia pretty much I felt like they killed it. They surpassed their estimate and it's still dropping. Because apparently from what I was reading, they said that their growth is gonna slow. But of course your growth is gonna slow if you it's only so many people who gonna buy them high end expensive ass chips. Like you can't sit over here and get everybody in the hood a chip, you get a chip. No, those are some expensive advanced chips, so you only got a certain kind of clientele. That's the thing that pissed me off about Wall Street. What you're going to think they're going to have an incessant growth? Like they're the world's most valuable company, so there's going to become some like stall. Then I was reading like they also said that they might have to go to war with the White House because now the Trump administration is saying that they're going to be saying they want like just how they bought a percentage of Intel, or they said I don't know if they bought a percentage, but they said the U.S. government owns a certain percentage of Intel. They saying the same thing about Nvidia, and I'm like, and Nvidia's like, oh hell no, no, you're not gonna come over here and just say, oh, you go get a piece of our pie. So and that's what they call that what they call them damn dictatorship companies. Where the dictator and the government own a piece of it. Oh Lord. What's up, Binary? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Where did you get Sassy? Where did Sassy get Treecey together? Why are you sitting up? This is not Netflix. You cannot skip ahead, so you're gonna have to wait. Shame and a Scandal, okay? Just like Scandal. When you used to watch Scandal and it came on the day it was supposed to come on, you couldn't skip forward through it unless you watched it on a replay. So this is not a replay, this is a live broadcast. So you're gonna just have to wait till I get there, Shame and the Scandal. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Oh, did I say hello to JLC? I think I did. All right. What's up, Vibrant Love, moderator of the year? Nah, she was named moderator of the year by how can I say it? A YouTuber or content creator that disappeared. Shame and the Scandal is a woman. Oh, okay. I don't know. Oh damn! What you say? Oh damn! I'll wait, but I like Netflix. Okay, well you know what? Go to Netflix and come back, and I might be on that part of what you want to see. All right, if not, you can rewind it or whatever you do over there. Fast, I don't know. Rewind it. Um. So yeah, so that's what I want to say, and then also there's some stuff going on with the U.S. Open. I guess some racist stuff. Now I saw a clip Instagram, there was a man. Now I don't know, y'all. I don't know if it's from this year's U.S. Open, but that man he knocked over the umpire's chair, like the judge. What they call him in tennis, the umpire. He knocked over. He went into a rage and knocked it over while the man was in the damn umpire chair, and it fell to the ground. I was like, what in the world? But you gotta be careful with social media because sometimes they be posting stuff that happened 3 years ago and saying it happened today. So I was like, I don't feel like going through that due diligence. But Rockabye Baby says my financial advisor just bought me some shares in the video today. Bad mistake. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know. No, you can never go wrong with Nvidia. I don't think Nvidia is going to be a stalwart of the future unless something happens and somebody comes up and takes, comes up with a better invention or something, better chips and stuff like that. I can't really answer that question for you. I do feel, to be honest, I personally feel we're going up because what's it called? The interest rates are about to be cut. So he may have done you a good deed by seeing, getting in now because it's, September 15th is the date in which they're going to cut the interest rates. Most likely, you never know what's going to happen. So he may have done you a good deal, but long term, I don't know. And then the government saying that they're going to get a stake in their company. It's a lot of stuff up in the air. Also, y'all got to understand if China takes Taiwan or makes military action towards Taiwan because there's a big chip maker named Taiwan Semiconductor in Taiwan, which makes NVIDIA's chips. So if the Chinese take over Taiwan and they take over that company, then that's gonna really F with NVIDIA because NVIDIA ain't gonna be able to get their chips made. But as of right now, I mean, as a financial advisor, you never buy high, right? They say you wait till you buy low. I don't know. I can't tell you. I would say you also got to watch out for September 5th. September 5th is going to be a big day because that's when the job numbers come out. So you might see a huge drop in some stocks on that day too. I don't know. Things are scary. I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all. I mean, because people are losing their jobs, but we're melting up. But if you ain't got no money, like Apple, y'all gonna see. I feel like y'all gonna see a big decline in Apple because if people are losing their jobs, Apple is based on what iPhone and iServices. Well, we don't need really that to survive. So who gonna purchase a $1,300 iPhone, $2,000 iPhone? You're gonna drag out that iPhone to as long as you can. So I think they're gonna be the main one hurt, and most of their stuff is not made in the United States, so they're gonna take a big tariff hit. Now, mind you, he got a reprieve because he set up here and said he gonna, I don't know what, put 10 billion or $100 billion into the to build the United States. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know why your financial advisor did that. I'm not a. I mean, I wish your financial advisor would have got Nvidia at $100 when Trump had that Liberation Day. Nvidia was at $100, and now it's at what 180 something. So I don't know, but I'm never gonna knock Nvidia at all because they're doing the damn thing. But I just worry with all this government interaction and this limitation of what we can sell China. I mean, I'm not gonna knock them. Also, they're gonna be in robotics. They're gonna be the key player in robotics. For the short term, long term, you good unless something catastrophic happens. I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. But I'm sure that, like I said, the video will be there at is going to get to 200. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, I think if it's part of your portfolio, let me just phrase it this way: part of your portfolio should include the video. How much the video? I don't know. But a well balanced portfolio should include the video because of their hands and everything. I hope I answered your question. Robert Lowe said disclaimer: this content is based solely upon the CC's opinion. The CC urges you to check your professional financial advisor before investing. Yeah, I'm not responsible for any losses. I'm just giving commentary about what I see in all facets of the news, which includes economic news as well. That's all. That's all I can say. Yes, everything seems on edge because we are on edge. I mean, I'm on edge too. Shit, you never know. She was basing it on a 3Q reporting, expecting it to go higher. I mean, I agree. I expect it will go higher because of the what's going to contribute to that is going to be it's going to be September 15th when they cut the interest rate. That's going to be great because more companies can now purchase their stuff because a lot of companies are holding off. Why? Because the interest rates are high. A lot of companies got to take out debt in order to finance their operations. So, yeah, speculative reporting. Yeah, I mean, I guess from what you said, they issue good guidance. So yeah, but I just feel like Well, I don't understand why it went down, but I saw one of the reasons why because their growth is slowing. But yeah, I mean, you might also want to ask your financial advisor to look into AMD. You need to tell her to look at AMD. I mean, right now, let's be honest. Nvidia is mature. Nvidia is maturing, meaning that it's reaching the cusp of where how much growth it can go. Right? It's the richest company in the world. It's only so much growth it can grow, and it's also subject to the pullback. She needs to be looking, or he needs to be looking at things right now that haven't maximized their potential, such as AMD. Some other companies that are subject to are prone for significant growth. If I was your financial advisor, I would be telling you to look into nuclear energy. That's where I would tell you to go. I wouldn't look at because either way, if a competitor comes and is able to, because with DeepSeek, they're saying that DeepSeek and the Chinese may find an alternate way to get around them, the Nvidia chips. But what they're all saying, Microsoft, Meta, all of them are saying is that they need nuclear energy, nuclear power. So if I was your financial advisor, which I'm not, but for what I'm saying, nuclear energy is where it's going to be at because they need a lot of energy to power those data centers and stuff like that. So that's where people should be turning their attention to. Because without the power, you can't get nothing. That's what I'm just saying. That's from what I'm seeing, what I hear, what makes the most sense to me is go to the power source. So Constellation Energy is the main one, and some other one I forgot. Constellation and some other one. Now there's a Constellation brand. That's a liquor company in Canada. You want to go to Constellation Energy, which they deal with power and nuclear reactors and stuff like that. So I'm just saying, but it seems like your financial. The only thing is, I don't want your financial advisor to put you on. Like, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you commentary from what I hear on other people. I just don't want your financial advisor to put you in something that's mature, but because it can only grow for so much. That's all. But for a long term, yeah, that's. I mean, she got you on the right track. She got you on the right track. All right. What else I want to talk about? That's it. Right, really. I don't. That's all I got really to report. To be honest. All right. What's the other thing? What's something else I want to tell you about Nvidia? Oh, don't forget that they got a I have alternative energy and defense funds. Yeah, but you want to go in ones that are growing, that have a significant trajectory and growth. So I was saying you need to look at that the nuclear stuff because that's what they're saying. They have to build nuclear plants in order to produce enough power to run these data centers and everything else they have planned for AI. So you could be in energy, you could be in Exxon, you could be in Chevron, but that's not where the growth is. You don't want to be in a mature, how can I say it, in a mature sector. You don't want to be in a mature sector. You want to be in a high growth sector, so that you could get in low and see it grow. So that's what I would. I mean, that's my mindset. To be honest. Um. Also, what did the? It also 15%. I think they for Nvidia. Did they say they were going to pay 15%? Yeah. So I think they got to pay a 15% like tax of their revenue or something for being able to deal something with China. You might want to look into that too because that's going to cut into their margins as well. So just sharing that with you. All right. Anything else I want to talk about? No, I don't think that's it, y'all. Also, once again, if you want to, please feel free to send a gesture to $sign Star King Crown because I'm giving you the news that you definitely can use. We'll be right back. I got to take a brief commercial break, and we'll talk about a lot of stuff that I've seen on the YouTube street eats.
I'm the S to the E, R, G, the I, the E,
Sir
and you know
King.
other lady put it down like me. I'm Fergalicious.
Welcome to Tofu Alley.
Stay vicious. I be up in the gym, just working on my fitness. He's my witness. I put your boy on rock, and
Sir
he be
King.
running down the block just to watch what I got. So delicious. It's hot, so delicious. I put them boys on rock, so delicious.
Welcome to Tofu Alley. No beef, just tofu.
Yeah, that was the old name of the channel for I changed it. I know we had to, it's hard to make clips and all that. So, I had to pay for that. So I had to pay for that. So it ain't just change it, just switch it up. Damn, you going to bed already? Girl, the party has just started, Philly T. Damn, get some Gatorade. I'm just joking. If you got to go to bed, then go to bed. Good night. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Oh Lord. Okay. What's up, Black Pearl? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Ron P with his shady ass is saying it's time for the mess. Come on back. Shame with a scandal. Yes, it would be a shame with a scandal if you missed this portion, huh? Anyway, while she's watching Scandal, I need my beauty sleep so I can find a date. That's what Sour Patch said too. You see what it got her? Ron P. Messy ass says the night is still young. Don't tell that to Olivia with her old looking ass self. But anyway, moving right along. Let's get into it real quick. Well, Jay Wilson. Well, while he let Brian and whatever that lady is, Yolanda, do all the work over there at his broadcast tonight. Jay Wilson, I'm listen. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not saying nothing. But that video, that last video, it's not gonna get monetized. That video is not getting monetized. Y'all talking about touching people and all this other stuff, and that video is not getting monetized, Jay Wilson. So I'm just saying, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't doing nothing, but I'm sure the audio box gonna pick it up. All that touching, all that saying molesting, and all that, and I was like, oh Lord, Jay Wilson, you don't know what coins to make and which ones to keep. What's up, Michi Black? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So that's what I gotta say about Jay Wilson. Okay. Yeah. So that whole thing. I mean, they repeated the oh, you was in jail while somebody else raised your kid, and oh, you fat this and you big this. And how two fat people gonna call each other fat? Like what? Now I didn't see what Yolanda looked like, but they was saying that she looked like Lunel. I mean, you said she looked like Lunel and all that, but how two fat people gonna call body shame each other? It was like what? What? No, don't stay awake. Go to sleep, girl. Go to sleep, girl. I'm not gonna be responsible for no sleepy people tomorrow. I'm not gonna be responsible for sleepy people tomorrow. So go to sleep, curl up in your blanket, in your blankie, and think about Eldris Ilba. All right, so yeah, so that was they were going back and forth, and you bust the window out your car, and you can't, you was in jail, and you was sitting in the prison watching another lady pee and all. I don't know. Okay, Jay Wilson was huh, oh yeah, okay. I guess people like to work for free. We gave her a little caffeine. Okay, well that's good to know. That's good to know. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, like I said, is Brianna'S man a feeder? And let me tell y'all something. Why y'all gotta remember long ago, about two. This happened it's got to be like a year and a half ago. Brianna was over there talking about how she got a man or wanted to have a man or something like that. Oh, I think they were inquiring about the man or something like that. It's something about a football helmet. It was a weird ass conversation. But then somebody on the panel said something about, oh, well, maybe he's a feeder or something. And she went ballistic. I don't know. Does anybody remember that live a long time ago? She went ballistic and said, don't say nothing about my man being a feeder. Da, da. And I was like, what the hell? Like, why are you going crazy like that? Okay. So whatever. She went ballistic. I think it was a good friend of hers who I forgot. I don't think it was Pizarro that mentioned it, but it was somebody who she was in good standing with that maybe said the man was a feeder or like her. Cause and I'm like, you know what, Brianna, you telling on yourself because you know what, she probably met a lot of men who are feeders who like to they get off on feeding her, like seeing her eat, you know, and what I think the heat may be a feeder too, because you know how she kept sending Ness all that food and then wanted to hear her eat it and all that and wanted to select the food for her or some crazy ass shit like that. So I'm like, oh, maybe the heat is a feeder, I'm like, But going back to Brianna's man, maybe he was a feeder too. And maybe that's how Brianna got propositioned by some other men is that they get a kick off of her eating and stuff, like seeing her eat and all that. I don't know. That's weird. Maybe you said you contributed to her size. I don't know. Binary with your shady ass. Talking about some one bite for me is six bites for you. Right. So I'm gonna tell you why I think he's a feeder. So it was weird, and like this is y'all gotta understand my psychological process, right? Because for Brianna, I'm very cognizant of people who have situations that cause them life hardships, like you overweight, you stupid, you dumb, you walking. I'm not. I really fall back on like trying to highlight you, or I can make a joke and I can like spread it for 30 minutes out and all that, but I wouldn't want to torment you like that. So Brianna recently had a situation like that where I was like, damn, did she not just say that? And I was like, I'm not gonna do no commentary on it. But now it making a lot of sense. What's up, Ronnie Q? She said, like, I don't know it was about a month ago. She said that, her man was in the bed eating Church's chicken or Popeyes, right? And he was teasing her because she was trying not to eat it. And he kept like, teasing the chicken wing or the drumstick in her face while he was eating it and she was trying not to eat it. And I was like, why he doing it? Because he's a feeder. He wants to make her eat. Like, even if she have a restraint, he gonna sit up there and make her eat. So then, yeah, in the bed, Robert Love. We know that she got night crawlers, night visitors visiting them in the bed. So, well, damn, Ronnie Q, I would remember vividly if they were eating on the couch. It was no mention of the couch. It was no mention of a dinner table. They were eating in the bed. I can remember that because he was teasing her about the chicken, right? So then to not heard this at Jay Wilson, because I have to give the source, okay? Because I have to give the time and place in case the account is not actual factual. So then today they were saying over in Jay Wilson's that Brianna trying to, I guess, lose weight or whatever, he's discouraging her and says that, he don't want her to lose no weight. And I was like, wow, that was immediately, you know what? The man's a feeder. He don't want her to lose no weight, and he want her to keep the size that she is or bigger. And I'm thinking, why would he want that? Like, why would he want her to continue in the state that she's in? And I hate to say this, but maybe we all know if she continues to stay that she's gonna get bigger, that's not good for her health. And ultimately it will lead to complication. And I'm just sitting up here saying, yo, does this guy want her to not be the best so that he can have access to her benefits or whatever that may come? And you got to think about people doing that because why would he want her to lose weight? Why would he want her to be in her best condition? Is he jealous or insecure that somebody may see her and pick her up and steal her from him? Is that what he's really scared of? I don't think that's the case. I really don't think that's the case. And then people like saying, why and how did he get possession of all 8 kids? Like that's weird. Like, but that's what people are asking. You know what I mean? 'Cause people say, okay, maybe it's a summer thing. I don't know. But it's weird that he would want her to be in that unhealthy state. And you got to start thinking in the mind of the way he thinking. Does he really have anything? No. So would he wish for her to have a, you know, an unfortunate situation so that he can come into possession of her possessions? I don't know. Because in all honesty, he should be taking his ass down there to the weight room or workout room with her. That could be a bonding moment. Something's not right about that. Something is not right about that whole situation. And then on top of that, why would you feel just so comfortable in raising somebody else's kids? Like you just said you are happy to be a professional forever babysitter, which is quite the antithesis of the role you try to play on these YouTube streets. You try to act like you a big bad bee, you got it all in charge, this, but you taking the secondary role. And the first thing when you try to correct them, they be like, "You ain't my mama." And then what happens? You go and run and try to get reassurance from their daddy that they get disciplined. This is weird. I don't understand the psychology. I mean, Bree is he? And you gotta understand. I guess you gotta take into account that they dated back. But I'm like, Bree, he's not trying to get on par with you. We don't ever hear you say, Bree, oh yeah, he enrolled in the classes with me. We trying to get a business together, right? I'm gonna be the owner, he gonna be the co-owner, or we never hear you trying to push him academically or intellectually in the same domain that you in, which is weird because then they're gonna really come to jealousy piece is that you gonna be a bad bitch earning more than him, and then he gonna become resentful of that because I don't know that whole situation is weird. Rodney Q says, I guess home health care is gonna be his come up. Cutting grass is not what it used to be when you were 12. I guess I don't know. I don't know. Something's not right. Where is that other child? There were nine. Now there's only eight. I heard only eight is the number. Lord, this chat. I said, go to bed, girl. Go to bed. Go to bed now. Don't be blaming the chat for keeping you up. I'm gonna be like Brianna. I'm gonna take all your gadgets, turn off the Wi-Fi, and bully you into bed. Go to bed, Philly T. Go to bed. Before I turn. And then on top of that, I told you before the kids don't like her, what they did to her. She was up there bullying them kids, turning off the Wi-Fi, all that stuff, so they couldn't watch Blues Clues. And what did they do to her ass? They found a way into her office and unplugged all her appliances. They unplugged everything. I was like, the kids don't like you. The kids, they found a way to get back at you because you always in that damn office. They said, I will show you and unplugged all your stuff. Child, they be vindictive, boy. Uh. Yeah, so that happened. They plotted on her ass. They got her back. They said, "Oh, you will not. No, you will not. You will not turn off the Wi-Fi from us. We will show you." And they unplugged everything. I hope she saved her paper. That'd be messed up if she got to start from scratch. He said, Roddick, he says he going to unplug your air fryer next to your bed for the teacher. All right. So I mean, my commentary on that is just that something's not right. Something's not cool. He always laid up over there. He think he gonna be the next Bill Gates of lawnmower, and I guess he needs to enroll in a damn class to get his ass a trade or something. But I feel like Bree can only tell him so much because Bree got a nasty mouth on her, and I do feel like I can see him with the mouth he got. That could be a very contentious situation. But Bree, I feel that she thinks that's the only man that can love her, and she's decided to pick up some kids along the way and claim hers. I mean, just like I got that thumbnail on my live. How are y'all fitting in a damn car? How are y'all like that car? That Benz has a weight capacity. Okay, now we already know that the Benz is already damn near maximized. Now y'all fitting 8 other people up in that. Is there room for 8 other people in that damn car? Like what? Four sitting in the trunk, two in the back, and then two in the front. Like, child, I don't, ooh, Lord, how, I know that house tore up. I feel sorry for those doorknobs, boy. I feel sorry for that. I feel sorry for that tub. All the bodies. I feel sorry for that toilet. I feel sorry for everything. I feel sorry for that rug. All that was. That is a lot of wear and tear. That is more than what a deposit will cover. That y'all, I know they saw y'all. I mean, like, give us double the deposit. Give us, give us double the deposit. Just think about it. The doorknobs and the toilet seats see them coming. Like, damn, I can't never get a break. Oh my god. Anyway, the walls all dirty. Y'all know how them kids be. No, I'm Asia. I'm not. This is not violence. This is actually light Asia. Okay, this is a light. Okay, this is actually light. Cause you know I could go in. I can hear the wheels of the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels of the bus go round and round, and then change it. The wheels of the Benz go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels of the bills go round and round and get flat. Right, I could be petty. Okay, I could make a clip with a bus going round and round, them kids hanging all outside, then change it to a Benz. Okay, then have a picture of a toilet seat running away when they see all them A kids coming for it. I could, Asia. This is light. Okay, don't let me get my creative juices flowing up in this bad boy. She the one that said man pond. Okay, shit. I was thinking if I really wanted to be nasty, Asia, I said, Asia. Girl, can she even fit in the pond? While she talking about man pond, you know what I mean? But I ain't say that, did I? I ain't say cause she fit in a man, that she could fit in the pond. I ain't say no shit like that, cause that would have been real shady. That she can't fit in a damn pond, right? I'm just saying, cause sometimes you gotta let people know what you could do, that but you ain't doing. All right, that's what I'm saying. Now we gonna get off Brianna. Oh Lord. I would hate to live below Brianna, y'all. I would hate to live below Brianna. Boom, 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 boom. You be like, what the fuck? You up there trying to get some sleep like Philly T. Philly T out there dreaming. Just, ooh, I had a good day. We done went to the park. She just resting. Oh, she just ran. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Philly leaving notes on Brianna's door. Can you please tiptoe in your residence? I can't get no sleep, child. Lord, anyway. All right, we got to go to commercial break, okay? Feel free to still adjust the $30. I can't talk. $ circling crown. It'll be tremendously appreciated. Please thumbs up the live, child. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. In honor of Brianna, since she want to talk about man pond, see, I told you I'm not gonna get you in trouble, girl. You need to shut up. You need to act like Sir King don't even exist. Okay. Here we go, y'all. In honor of Brianna, only if she could.
Bam, bam, bam. I don't know what she was thinking. I know what I want to see. Bust that pussy.
Damn, what the fuck y'all looking at? Y'all supposed to be watching her motherfucking dance moves, not me. Shit.
Mm. Brianna, see, that's why you need to work out so you can move like that. You don't need a man to tell you that you can't, child. Anyway, let's move on. Don't block me. Don't block me like the Border Patrol. I'm getting into Asia, okay? All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Child. Last night over at Treecey. Now I don't know how they watch no Treecey. I'm just telling you the frequency in which I watch Treecey. Okay, so Treecey has changed. That lady used to be, I don't know, woo, she just used to be a, how can you call her? She used to be, I would call her a chihuahua, but she just used to be crazy. Okay. So I go to her. Now she's calmed down. I just think that she, life has told her to calm her ass down because she did call the police on herself. And I guess once she realized, once that went through, she's like, oh shit. But, oh my God, how can you call the police on yourself and they take your ass to jail? Like, what? What? Anyway. So I'm over there listening. And Treecey kind of got the same issue like Brianna, right? But Brianna's situation hasn't gotten to the extent of Treecey's. Now, this occurred on Treecey's Live. I'm not lying. You can go watch it. Now, I tried to get clip. I was like, I'm too tired. I didn't get no damn clip. I heard what I heard. Okay, y'all can go watch it. I'm gonna tell you the three people that was on the panel, just so you only know where it happened. It was Paulette Waters, woo-choo, woo-choo. It was Treecey and it was Sassy. Okay, Sassy may come a little bit later, but it's all interlinked. Okay, so Treecey, no. Sassy was up there because okay, Sassy and her freaky ass, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So Treecey, I guess, has been making too much noise down at the apartment complex. Okay, she's been yelling and all that stuff, and her neighbors are not too thrilled. Now, this was the crazy part about the story to me. They are tracking Treecey in her apartment. And I'm like, what? Now, mind you, so yeah, I know y'all picturing this in your mind. These people live below Treecey, right? I thought like the people next to her would be the ones to tell her this. What's up, Keena? How you doing? So apparently, Treecey been screaming like a banshee, yelling like a banshee, laughing like a hyena, and her neighbors are tired of it. So Treecey says one day, as she was walking down the steps or the stairs, they approached her and they said, Miss Goldtooth, can you please keep it down at that time of night because we have kids? I'm like, what? So you telling me they downstairs, they can hear you screaming. Now, obviously, if it was Brianna, we know they could hear her. Boom, 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 boom. That totally makes sense to me. Right? Understandable. But your neighbors that live below you can hear you screaming and yelling and cursing out people on YouTube. I thought they'd be your neighbors to your left or to your right, but apparently not. So they said, "Can you please keep it down?" And she says, "Oh, it's okay. I will. I'll keep it down." But then somebody on the panel asked her, "Well, how did they know that you were coming? Like that they knew that you would be outside when you were?" And she was like, "Oh, they must have heard me getting ready." I'm like, "Well, wait a minute. Your neighbors are timing your footsteps and listening to when your door opens and closes to let you know that you're being too loud." I was like, "Ooh." I was like, "Oh wow." And she's like, "Yeah, I can't get kicked out of this apartment. I can't get kicked out of this apartment. Yeah, so I'm gonna do my, I can't be too loud. I have to be, I have to be calm. I have to, I was like, ooh, child. Ooh, child. What you say, Ronnie Q? You said you know Big Sassy is a first floor dweller. I don't know. I don't know, but I will hope for all of humanity, maybe so. But yeah, or at least due to or for the rotation of the equator. I don't know, or the Earth. Hope so. So then, oh, nasty, freaky ass, Sassy on the panel talking about, oh, well, maybe you could get some soundproofing, or maybe you should soundproof it. And she's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So then they go and they look up how much the soundproof it is, I guess, on Amazon. It was like $31. She said, oh, Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna soundproof my closet. It's so big. It's my closet is so big, I could do it here. And then freaky ass Sassy gonna say, "Oh yeah, you can have some freaky sex in there. You could do a reverse cowgirl in there." And I was like, "Where in the hell, Sassy? Where you come from with a reverse cowgirl?" No, she said you could do reverse cowgirl and missionary. I was like, "What in the fuck? What in the fuck are you? Where did this come from? Like, are you okay? What?"
Say what now? I wanna tell ya, the freak come out. Yeah.
And I'm like, reverse cowgirl, girl. What are you reversing on? What are you anyway? So yeah, so she says she's going to soundproof her damn closet. And then if she's really like freaky, want to get freaky, they'll have sex in the closet so the neighbors won't hear. What in the world is the hell is going on? So you're so scared that the people might hear you getting it on, and now you got to go into this soundproof closet that you gonna make because you, child. I don't know. I don't know. It's some weird stuff y'all be talking about on YouTube. So yeah, so that's how I guess Treecey's been told to shut up, or I guess they gonna report her ass, and I guess now she gonna, maybe get loud on YouTube, back loud on YouTube by going into her closet and making it soundproof. So I don't know. Very interesting. Now let's get into the part where Sassy calls out Treecey in a low key, bougie kind of way, because we know Sassy is very bougie. So they start talking about Lemons too, and how Lemons denying that he don't have multiple sets of teeth missing on the side of his mouth. And they were dissecting it and they said, "Oh, he didn't know. He was laughing and he didn't know that, he was gonna show the whole row and all this other stuff." So then Sassy and child, she was like, so she referred to her go-to. Then yeah, and then Treecey and then Sassy's like, yeah, like people back in the day had gold tooth and and all that. And then she's like, yeah, my grandma had a whole denture with a gold tooth and all that. And I'm like, your grandma had dentures with gold teeth. What dental plan approved that? What? Wait a minute. What dental plan approved that? I'm just asking. Anyway, so then Sassy kept throwing shade. Like, yeah, people back in the day used to get that, and in the '80s, and then Treecey quickly, interjected. Yeah, and people today, still to this day, do. And then Sassy, like, no, not really. They don't. They don't really do that. And then Treecey kind of somewhat, took it sitting down. Then Sassy says, yeah, people with those gold teeth, they were part of a certain kind of lifestyle, meaning they were either drug dealers or whatever. And then Treecey says, because I feel like Sassy was low key shading Treecey. Treecey had to jump in and say, well, people in Houston, Texas, they still got the gold teeth and all that. And I'm like, oh Lord, not like, oh child, like, I'm like, sorry, Treecey, you're not gonna win this one. You're not gonna because she taking digs at you, Treecey, and you trying to be diplomatic. You trying to be diplomatic. She going for your gold too. I'm just like, anyway. Social says I was complaining that my building was too quiet. Then they put upstairs a kid stumping on my head, and then put someone with a dog downstairs. I went off. So upstairs is gone, and the barking is no more. Also, they moved. They moved. Yeah, they people have to be very cognizant of. I had a Brianna that used to live above me, I sure did, but she was white. Child, I knew when she was coming, and I knew when she was leaving because she pounded them stairs like no other. Boom, boom, boom. Boy, she pounded them stairs, boy. She pounded them stairs like no other. And I'm sitting in my abode, and every time she would get up, and I'm there meditating, and my meditation is interrupted because boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh my God, like, please, because it was just her going back and forth to the kitchen, to wherever, back and forth here, this little boom. Like sometimes my place would literally just shake. It would shake. I remember my lamp shook. And I said, okay, enough is enough. So I'm like, how do I let this person know without creating an enemy? Did you shrink? But did she have a butt? No, she's white. No, I didn't look that close. So I'm like, how do I go about not creating an enemy? So this is what I did, y'all. I went to Target. I said, okay, this is what I'll do. I went to Target. I bought her a gift card and I wrote on there, dear neighbor, I don't know, maybe say happy holidays. Um, if you don't mind, can you please take into more consideration um your I don't know what I said, your movement because I don't know what I said. All I said is can you please take into consideration pretty much how she walking, right? Because I can hear it. And then she replied back, I think she left me a notice and said, oh, thank you for your courteous way of letting me know. And she walked more gingerly for about 2 weeks. And then boom, 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 boom. It came back. Oh, damn. And I wasn't hit. I wouldn't hit the roof or the ceiling with no damn broom or nothing like that. But oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. But she was a big girl. She was a big girl. I knew her schedule. But yeah, I tried. I mean, so I don't know. I tried. So I tried to let her know, and she did try for a little bit. But old habits die hard. So, but yeah. So going back to that whole Treecey situation, she's in a situation where she can't scream and yell because her neighbors will tell. And Sassy over there with her freaky ass trying to give her sex tips on how to get into a sex dungeon and build it and all that. So I guess she's gonna have a multi-purpose closet. Well, no, it's multi-purpose. One for clothes, one for YouTube, and one for having sex in. I'm like, oh Lord, oh child. Anyway, and then Treecey had the nerve to sit up there and talk about that Queen '88 situation, and they were breaking it down. Now this is when Paulette was on, only Paulette and Treecey was on the damn uh StreamYard, and they were talking, oh, and then Treecey is so fucking nasty. Sorry, use my friend. She is so fucking nasty, y'all. She up there worrying about how the boy actually got it, and if he would actually, while he was devouring the kulala, if he accidentally bit on one of the bumps and it splashed in his face. She said that, y'all. Her nasty ass put that much thought into how somebody actually got a motherfucking STD. And I'm like, oh, you just nasty. Who thinks about that? Who thinks, just nasty. I was like, you of all people. You of all people, we were worried if you had something when you went over there with Raw Rack and got him licking all on your face like a damn lot lizard and shit, and then grabbing your titty and then saying something smell like a condiment and all that. When you got tested, Treecey, child. When you got tested, Treecey, we want to know. Wow, you up here? Ugh, ugh. And Paulette knew she had not. Paulette know she had been not trying to even get close to no descriptions or reenactment. Ugh. We know she over there pooping dust. Anyway, anything else, y'all? That's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much what I've seen on the YouTube streets today. That's my recap. To be honest, I don't know anything else going on. That's about it. I'm gonna drop my link in case anybody got any insight they want to share. Um, but thank you once again to Detach for her kindness. I appreciate her as well. So I'll give y'all a couple of seconds to hit the link. Oh, oh yeah. And then they said, "Oh Lord, I don't know." They said Tim Blaine might be in trouble, y'all, because he messing with that man. Um, in that other sector, and they live in the same state. Mm, I don't watch. I'm just hearing tidbits of what people are saying. So, but Tim Blaine better stop. Tim Blaine better stop messing with these folks, because some folks crazy. You know. Thank you, Ron P. I appreciate your compliment. I do. I really, really do. I really do. Yeah. So other than that, that's all I got. That's all I could bring you. I don't know anything else that's going on in the world. I'm kind of on edge a little bit, like I already told y'all. But what being on edge is gonna do? Like really? I mean, I really kind of on edge just because we don't know where this damn world is going. Like things, I was just reading something today. Like things are gonna get more expensive. Like and the wages ain't keeping up. And I'm like, how many jobs? How many jobs are people gonna have? Oh, I did want to share something with y'all. So I saw something. So with that big beautiful bill, now please fact check me on this. Y'all remember how with Biden he was saying, "Oh, y'all got to self-report if you go over $600 or something and cash out." Well, apparently in that big beautiful bill, you don't have to now. It's $20,000. If you go over 20,000 and you a 1099, you don't have to report. So check that out. I'm just telling you what I saw, and I'm like, that's good because I was pissed when Biden did that. I'm like, yeah, Biden, what the fuck you doing? And then on top of that, um, Biden had hired all these IRS agents, and Trump pretty much got rid of all those IRS agents. He's fired them. So I think in that way, that's a good thing because I mean, I'm like, wrong. I mean, Biden, why the hell are you going after us over $600? Like that's that's toilet tissue money for the government. Like, why are y'all bothering us? So now it's 20,000. It's the threshold. Like I said, check that out. I don't know if it's true. So, but just check that out. Um. Oh, child. Okay. YouTube be popping up videos from 4 years ago. I'm like, no. What's up, random? How you doing? You said thank you. Late to the party again. What's going on? How you doing? Yeah, please catch the replay. Oh, okay. So what happened was excuse me, apparently Tim Blaine messing with some man, Tyler. So I don't know his name. I don't know. His name. I think it's saying start with a T. Um, and they're going back and forth. And apparently, from what I heard, they live in the same state. And they saying the man that Tim Blaine messing with, he's known to go low. So he's not gonna give considerations to Tim Blaine because he might be on this, he might be on that, or he's a certain age. So that's what I heard. So I don't know. I just, I don't know. I just peeked in and I peeked out. So that's it. But going back to the economy, yeah, wages aren't keeping up with people. But then I'm reading somewhere like, oh, these kids that have AI, a certain field of AI is very lucrative and all that other stuff. So it's just weird. It's just weird. Job, like I said, if you own the job, do the best you can do. Do the best you can do. Make it hard for them to get rid of you. That's what I would say. Make it hard for them to get rid of you. Don't make it easy. Don't be late. Don't be complaining about no damn raise. Don't, just do your job, abide by the rules, and make it hard and make them think that you're indispensable. That's what I would say. That's what I would do. Yeah. 'Cause I think a lot of people think that a job is a right when it really is a privilege. So that's what I would say. All right. With that being said, I'm out of here. I will let y'all go. If anything pops up, I'll give my 2 cents about it. But other than that, remember to be the change you want to see in the world. I appreciate all my wonderful moderators. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you also once again to Detach for your kind gesture because it gave me the motivation and energy that I need to keep on keeping on. And with that being said, y'all have a great day. Stay encouraged, stay aware. Also, just learn to be self sufficient. I was thinking about this today. I was like, now I know I have many people in different various um how can I say it? Sectors of life. But I was thinking today, I feel sorry for the people who got EVs. I feel sorry for the people who got Teslas. I really do because in this situation, in this way of life, just think about it. If we were ever to have an emergency, like an emergency, your Tesla can only go so far. And if anybody's seen a Tesla charging station, they know those things are full to capacity, right? So at this time, unless you're gonna have a portable solar panel, but I'm just saying, be wise about certain things. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in a gas powered vehicle, you can travel with gas and fill up your car. If you're in a solar powered or EV powered, how that's gonna happen? You only have so much of a range. And then y'all know in the wintertime that range goes down, right? I'm just saying that range as not as far because it's battery based, right? I'm just saying. I don't. If I had the option, if I had the choice, it would be one battery and one EV if I wanted to be a stunt like that. But I don't know. So sister, I'm trying for the people for the sake of the people. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. I really am trying. I had a full day. I had a full day today. Like I had a full day for real, for real. So I kept my promise. I scheduled live, and I came live. So I'm coming. I'm gonna try to come live. I don't know. It's not gonna always be at nighttime. It may be during the day, but I'm gonna try to come live. Cause I just, I mean, I don't know. It's just weird what this our sector is entertaining right now. Eventually, we'll be back to a horse and buggy. What I'm just saying. Okay, so let me just share this with y'all. And somebody I was watching, no, I was listening to something, and they reconfirmed it too. They reconfirmed it. The United States is the country that consumes the most. So obviously, a lot of countries depend on us to buy things from them. But the way we're moving, the way we talking, we're pushing a lot of people away from us, right? So don't think that. I think what it is that our administration thinks that the world needs them. And I think they're in for a rude wake up call because with the advent of technology, things can be communicated quickly. I told you about the BRICS, right? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Well, if country says enough is enough, we pissed off Canada. They said a lot of our states that are dependent, such as South California and Florida, which are dependent on tourism, are really struggling because they pissed off a lot of people with their stance, with their verbiage, with their bravado. And those states that needed it are hurting. So I say all to say, we as a nation underestimate the ability for these countries to unite and do business with each other so that they may self sustain and cut the US out entirely. And then we really would be hurting, right? We really would be hurting. We really would be hurting. So, mm, just think about it. More countries are making trade deals with the BRICS. Right. Yeah. And they'll do it just on pride alone. So sources I'm just reporting Musk is selling a new house for 7,000 to 10,000. Selling a new house for $7,000 to $10,000. No, I think we think alike. Um, Ronnie Q. That's all. I think you've been taking my news idea. That's what I think. There you have it. So, um, yeah. So that's what I feel about that. So it'll be very interesting that we have to be careful that we don't get too big headed, right? We don't have to get too big headed. So, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Take care. Like I said, if you want to, feel free to send a gesture to the dollar sign circle crowd. You said yes, and they happen to be beautiful. Girl, who you flirting with? Uh-oh, she done typed in the wrong chat. She meant that to be a text. A text, not a text in the chat. The chat says to Run Q, great job with your new program, Run Q. I agree. She's developing that consistency. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Be the change y'all want to see in the world. And just stay abreast of what's going on so y'all can prepare. Watch the bricks going to be in that copy of Mofo's title for today on. But also, I feel like it's going to be a global reset. So, especially in the currency angle. But I just don't know how it's going to get implemented. That's all. You know, oh, I saw something the other day. They said if you had bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in 2010, it would be like you'll be a billionaire. It'll be worth $2 billion. I'm like, what? But that's what it said. I don't know. But anyway, so just think like that. Just think like that. Not some crazy small coin that's 10 cents and let it grow. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Take care. Have a good one. Bye, y'all. See y'all later. Have a good one.
Damn, damn, damn. I don't know what she was thinking. I know what I wanna see. Bust that pussy.
Damn, what the fuck y'all looking at? Y'all supposed to be watching her motherfucking dance moves, not me. Shit.
Detractors. Ah. Detractors. Ah. Detractors. Ah. Detractors. Ah.
Ronnie Q, I don't think so either. I don't think so either because they still have never addressed the time it takes for Bitcoin to settle. If you ever thought of, if you like I said, I did a test. It took too long, and the Bitcoin fees are too much or too high. I don't think it's going to be Bitcoin, but they said Bitcoin will be $1 million. It'll be replaced gold and all that other stuff. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I do feel, sadly to say, Ronnie Q, that there will be a crash. Things can only go so high for so long. You're pricing out people who are telling you right now that they can't afford the basic necessities of life. You can't even buy a car. You know, so something's something's going to have to give. I don't know what it is. And we shall see, you know. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Take care, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.